What's up my achievement believers, Mayhem Blizz? We're playing Indika for the full 1000G. It's on Xbox Game Pass, so if you've got that chappy, pick this up. And we'll be copying this full 1000G in about 90 minutes. So let's get into it. We're going to be starting by going into the settings and accessibility, and we're going to turn on allow minigame skipping. So make sure that one is on, and this will just allow us to skip the minigames we don't need achievements for. So then we're going to go back and start a new game. And this game does contain a lot of cutscenes, and what we can do is we can hold the B button to skip them, and you'll see this sort of skipping indicator in the bottom right hand side of your screen. So now for the most part of this video, you'll just want to follow the route I take, and I'll jump back in when there's a collectible or achievement coming up.
There's a basket for Smaragda in the warehouse. She's waiting.
What does it mean to be truly righteous? To never succumb to temptation, or to take a vow of chastity despite constant temptation? Our heroine did not know the answer to this question and preferred never to dwell on it. If it were up to her, she would have chosen the quiet life of a nun. However, destiny had something different in store for her.
When you arrive here, we can obtain an achievement. You want to mount the piano with the A button, and then we're going to simply walk into the stack of chairs and ladder to knock them over, and you'll get the Sisterly Love achievement for 50 Gs.
Hey, where are you going? Hey, stop.
I'm sorry. I don't really know how to... Forgive me. Forgive me. For the sake of the prayers of all the...
The sisters loved Indika. Christian love is known to be patient, merciful, and faithful. However, in a lowly human sense, they didn't love her that much. To be completely honest, they didn't love her at all. Many of them felt nothing but disgust for her. Indika, however, was not to blame. Were it not for the voice that was inculcating ideas in her, unforgivable for a Christian, she would have been a virtuous and rather mediocre nun. Indika's biggest dream was for that voice to leave her alone once and for all. Her entire life became a struggle, a painful resistance. No matter how hard she tried, no matter how much she tortured herself, the voice grew louder and more convincing every day.
Sisters, today I was walking, Lord forgive me, through the refectory, and I saw the servant of God holding the life of passion-bearer Herman of Athos. So I went up to her, quickly made the sign of the cross, and added, God grant you patience, mother, for I worship now.
So here we will have a rather tedious task to complete, but first we're going to follow the indicator and hold the X button to interact with the door. So skip the cutscene, and you can just press the A button to continue here. These points don't count towards any achievements. And you want to turn around and head back to the well that we just passed. And what we have to do here is we have to collect some water, and we have to take it back to the barrel outside the door that we just interacted with. And we have to do this a total of 5 times. So when you get to the well, we're going to interact with the bucket by holding the X button to place it into the well. And then we're going to rotate the left stick anti-clockwise to lower the bucket to collect some water. And just keep rotating it until you're prompted to lift the bucket, to which you want to switch rotating the left stick clockwise. And then once at the top, she will automatically fill our bucket with that water, and we need to take this to the barrel outside the door. And then interact with the barrel by holding X to fill it up. And we have to do this another 4 times. So I've skipped the head here to keep the guide moving, so you'll just want to pause the video here, fill up the barrel, and then continue once you're done.
We haven't eaten even 10 of them. With God's help, we'll make it to spring.
O Son of God, accept me on this day.
What's in it? What's in it?
The next chapter then, we now have the ability to run by holding the right bumper down. And again, just follow the route I take. And here is the first point in the game that we can obtain the Unholy Water achievement, and that's for drowning in the river a total of 5 times. I know, a bit morbid. So we're going to head towards the shack to initiate and skip a cutscene, and then just outside the shack we can interact with this lever, and that will move the raft in front of us to the other side. And then we can sadly walk into the river to drown ourselves, and then we're going to have to repeat that another 4 times to get the achievement.
I could say, God rest your soul.
Once you've got that achievement then, we're going to head back to the lever and interact with it to move the raft back. And then we need to quickly run to the end of the wooden platform and sprint across the raft to the other side as soon as we can. And then once you've done that, just continue following along. And now we're coming up to a few more achievements. When you enter the cave, you'll want to press the right toggle in to turn on your lamp. And then continue heading on. And then behind this crate on the right, you can pick up a ladder. So you're going to pick that up and take it back the way we came. And then place the ladder to the left just outside the cave with the X button. And then you're going to press the A button to climb it. And then to the left, above the cave entrance, you can press the X button to interact with this icon. And that will net you the Portatissa achievement for 50 Gs. So then jump back down, pick up the ladder again with the X button and take it back through the cave. And then place the ladder here to get over the locked gate.
An imbecile.
And then we're coming up to another achievement. Soon we'll be introduced to a new game mechanic, which is praying with the left trigger, and this achievement is for exiting the cave using only one prayer. So do not press that left trigger until I tell you to. So jump up those boxes and make your way around to the left, stand on top of the lift and interact with the hand wheel to initiate the next section.
It was as if the convent didn't want to let her go. Even though she knew there was no place closer to God, she yearned to leave it, at least for a short time.
So another reminder, do not press that left trigger until I tell you to. We're going to head right off of the lift.
I think deep inside
And then we're going to drop from this broken bridge to the ground on the other side. Scale up the boxes like before. And then we're going to jump to the ledge above. And then look across the gap. And this is where we're going to hold the left trigger to pray to get across. And then we're going to follow the path on the bridge and jump up to this platform. And you're going to watch where you're walking here. Drop down on the other side. And if done successfully and you only prayed once, you will get the True Virtue achievement for another 50 Gs. If you didn't get it, you will have to restart the level, unfortunately. So then just continue following the path. And then after a couple of cutscenes, you will start here with a person hanging from some debris. What you want to do is press the left trigger to pray for this person, and you'll get the Tribute to the Deceased achievement for 50 Gs.
Well done, Doctor. He says the wounded are waiting at the station and then injects a corpse with morphine. Maybe out of respect for his dying wish, or for the size of his epaulets. What do you think?
Now once you arrive here, we have an opportunity for another achievement. We have a heavy safe that we can maneuver with the X button. Its position will influence the building's position, as well as moving the piano, which is a floor below us. So we're going to move the safe into the opposite corner from where it started, and continue to move it into the opposite corner until you get the Rahmaninoff achievement for 50 Gs. And that's for moving the piano below us into the wall 5 times. We then want to make sure that we leave the safe in this corner, so the piano below us is positioned at the window to allow us to get out. And then once you've done that, head below. Up onto the piano and out the building.
hold on. Wait!
Quiet. Stop yelling.
You've saved me, and I've saved someone too. Oh God, a little more, and she could have. Oh, Lord have mercy on her person. You didn't see. She got away. Well, I didn't. I don't know how much, but if it weren't for me, God deliver us sinners from. Sorry, what is your name?
Ilya.
Indika. You know, they say that every hour that a patient doesn't get medical attention, their chance of survival is halved. Crazy thing to say, to be honest. It makes no sense to generalize like that.
And then you'll come to this cycling and motorbike section. You'll want to hold the right trigger to accelerate here, and simply follow the road until you hit some cutscenes.
Eyes on the road.
Why are you aiming your revolver at me? You won't shoot me.
Why is that? If you don't go faster, I will. I've had enough to stop. Wait. Not so fast. Why are you rushing so much?
Sorry. We're doing no more than 5 verses an hour, though.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. How do you understand it, huh?
Is he talking about the word versed, or how to start an engine?
I grew up in a bike shop. My father sold them.
In Spasov.
Why in Spasov? No, in Gorodishi. I've never been to Spasov.
That's where I grew up.
The man's logic is flawless.
Are you embarrassed to be so close to a man?
She's been waiting for that. He's quite a looker, huh? Thick boy.
I must smell awful. You know, they kept us in the train for 3 days.
Oh, don't worry. She likes it.
Oh! Pardon.
Come on, grab her tits.
Hey!
Stop pretending. He's just like the men you imagine in your room when you're...
Enough!
All right, calm down.
Is he a bandit or a sissy?
Hold on to your seat, for God's sake.
And then you'll also be put into a minigame here. There is no achievement, so make sure you hold that B button to skip until you're unable to skip no more, and until you're forced to play the minigame to proceed. So you'll drive around the course. And your friend will have a crash. And then we can skip this cutscene in the minigame. And then we're going to get to the finish line. And then we can skip again. And then after that then, we will be back on the bike.
What do you
Simply
mean
hold
you
right trigger
talk to
again to
God?
accelerate
What?
and follow the road.
Oh, my arm. You've seen my arm, yes? It's been a week. Or more.
I doubt it. And what does God have to do with this?
Well, let me explain. Ever since that night, everything, every event, it all happened as I was told it would. I'm certain I was the only one who left that train alive. It's all going according to plan. Every fucking step is God's plan, do you understand?
So taking me hostage was God's plan?
I know what you're thinking. But remember the gospel. The father who gave his money to the prodigal son, not to the beloved one, the good one, but to the bandit. He who had been murdering and stealing but came back. He came back. Do you understand? I think the Lord is happier to see one repentant sinner than, well, 100,000 righteous people. I don't know. They don't even need repentance. Do you hear me? You know, he laid everything out before me. Spread out like a deck of cards. The past, the present, the future.
Who?
God, who else? I was lying there, about to die. And a sister, just like you, brought me some water in this mug. And I was drinking and I saw ripples in the water. Little round waves. And heard a whisper. So I drank. And
You heard God in a cup?
in a cup, yes. But that's not the point. I'll show you when we get there.
Screw. Maybe there's something in that shed. I've missed this smell.
So?
Found a wrench.
Give it to me.
Lord have mercy.
What's that?
Just a dog. Calm down.
I hate them. Hurry up.
Quiet, quiet, little doggy. We won't hurt you.
Are you crazy? Run! Shit.
Ilya?
Go.
Are you alive? Ilya!
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Of course it wasn't a coincidence, and now Indika realized it too. She had heard about the Kudets and its miracles, but right now, in Spasov, and Ilya, meeting a prisoner who talks to God would not be an everyday occurrence. Also, Indika took a liking to him.
Who, this one? No.
One way or another, there was certainly no doubt that she had to head for Spasov and not the Danilov monastery.
The letter. I cannot neglect my duty. What if there's something important in it?
Open it. See for yourself.
No. Reading someone else's letter is a greater sin than not delivering it.
Greater? How much greater?
Twice as much. I don't know.
Interesting. So, not delivering 2 letters is the same as reading 1. What about stealing? Pocketing a ruble, for example. Is that worse?
Worse.
How much worse?
This is nonsense. You can't compare such things.
Why not? The priest imposes a different penance for different sins, and since you know for sure which is better or worse, there has to be a way of measuring. Then let us say that stealing is 10 times worse than...
Alrighty, I hope you guys managed to follow that all okay. We have to wait for the dialogue to finish here before we can get through the door. But once we're in, we will have to use our praying ability.
If a postman were to lose a sack full of letters, we'd have a murderer. Although, maybe there should be a bulk discount. What about a rapist? A rapist is better than a murderer, right? You are not scared of the sin. You are scared of the letter. Perhaps you should not open it. Do not.
So once you have control, take the path to the left, and then we're going to hold the left trigger, and then we're going to drop down, and then let go of left trigger and mount the platform directly behind you, and then make sure to face the exit and hold left trigger again. You're going to walk across and then let go of left trigger, and then all the way to the end on the right hand path, and then hold left trigger for the last time, and you're good to head to the exit.
Where's the dog?
Good question. I haven't heard it for a while.
Listen, I'll help you get to Spasov.
Somehow, Indika was convinced that the Kudets was going to solve all of her problems, that soon the voice in her head would disappear, and she would return to the monastery as someone who deserves at least forgiveness, if not everyone's love. She thought that years of suffering had been leading her up to this exact moment.
Won't work with me. Wrong, way. I won't make it.
Hold on! We'll think of something!
Exactly what we need. What's that? Dumb bitch.
Why are you standing around?
How long can dogs stay underwater, huh?
I don't know. I'd wait for a couple of hours, just to be sure. The stairs are broken. We'll have to go through the mill. How beautiful.
We had this one artist in the clink. He drew his family on the wall with his own shit. They look so lifelike.
What?
He was like that. Didn't manage to finish the drawing of the daughter, though. Left her with just one eye. He got stabbed.
Because of the stench?
No. He was drawing on the wall outside. It was minus 30 degrees. Shit doesn't really stink when it's cold. He got stabbed because, well, it's against the code. So where do we go now?
The elevator. Here's the gearing. Planetary gear set. By blocking one of the wheels, you can check.
It works.
Down.
Now we're coming up to a balancing section. Previously I had trouble with this because I was just tapping the right toggle to balance myself, where actually you want to hold that right toggle either fully to the left or fully to the right to move that white dot in the center. So even when the dot is in the center, don't completely let go of the toggle or tap it. We want to hold it fully to the left or fully to the right to get over that, no problem. Now we do need to be quick once we're across, as the dog will be chasing us, so we're going to run to the left and press A to mount over this obstacle. And then jump down to this platform below. And then over the next obstacle, and then up the stairs and to the right into this room. And then once you have control inside, we're going to push the table with the A button to the end. And then jump up with the A button, and you're going to press that left trigger to pray. And then once you see that symbol come up on your screen, you're good enough to jump through the window above. And then head straight, and then slightly right, as the dog will ambush us, so we need to quickly turn back on ourselves. And then left, and then straight run to the end. And then we did get the Piety achievement there for praying while being chased by the dog.
Finally, the station.
Does a dog have a soul? Dogs adore their masters. Is that even possible without a soul?
Does one need a soul to feel love? Is it possible to love without a body? What remains if you deprive a dog of a body? How can it love something it can't hear or sniff? How can it remember someone it loves if it loses its brain with its memories? In a world without bones, cold, procreation, beautiful women, rich men, bodies, basically. Passion, kindness, love. Can any of it exist without the body?
For a dog?
What? Yes. For a dog.
What kind of an asshole put that there?
Maybe the crane could move it. If this thing still works, it's a miracle. How can I detach
So then once you
the
have
load?
control of this crane, you'll want to make sure you destroy all of the small boxes you see below for an achievement. We're going to move to the right, and then press A to lift the cargo up. And then we're going to move all the way to the top. And then press A to drop the cargo on top of the box. And then destroy the boxes over to the left. And then keep the cargo on the floor and drag it through the middle.
When's the next train?
And then to the right.
The station must have the schedule.
What's the point? I don't think it's going to stop here.
So what do we do?
And then up.
Have you read Mark Twain?
Tom Sawyer?
Yes.
So...
I like it.
me too.
Watch it.
and then go back the way you came and take care of the box on the left.
Watch it!
And then top middle. And then top right.
Watch it!
And that will net you the Meticulousness achievement for 50 Gs.
What are you doing?
And then when you've done that, move the crane to the end, all the way over to the right, and align it with this bridge, and then exit.
Oh, that stench. Disgusting.
Oh, that smell. Reminds me of my mother. She could never wash it off, no matter how she tried. I even loved that smell. And she was shy about it. Whenever she had to go to the store or was summoned to my school, she used some unbearable perfume.
So here is the fish dryer then, and we have a couple of achievements that we can get here. First, we need to fall into the fish dryer a total of 5 times. So we're going to jump onto the rotating platform and purposely get pushed off the platform by the hanging fish. We can't simply walk off the platform, we have to be pushed off by the fish. So complete this a total of 5 times, and that will net you the Bream achievement for 50 Gs. And then once you've got that achievement, we will need to pause and restart the level, as we need to complete this fish dryer section without falling a single time. So what we're going to do is follow Matey back here. So jump back on the platform, and what we're going to do is look over to the left hand side and look for the gap between the hanging fish to determine where we can stand on the platform. And then once that one's done, we're going to head up to the next level, and this time we need to look right, and your character will automatically crouch when needed, so don't worry about that. So just keep locating the gap between the fish. And then when you come to this section, we're just going to keep avoiding the fish like before, but there will be a whole row of fish that is unavoidable, and you will automatically get knocked down. And if you manage to get up here without falling, you'll get that jeweler achievement for 50 Gs. But yeah, if you ever get knocked down, just simply restart the level. And there is also an achievement for watching the drying scene, but you can still skip the cutscene and get that achievement no problem. And that's the Abstinence achievement for 50 Gs. So on to the next chapter then. We have a lot of following to do here, so I'll catch you guys in a minute.
So the monastery wasn't your choice?
It was. But when your decision has a reason, is it really a choice? When a brook hits a rock, does it choose which way to go?
Oh, fuck me, you're not a brook. You have your own free will.
Free will. Choices. But whenever we make a choice, don't we base it on our previous experience? Don't we estimate all the possible benefits in our head? And if we go against the rational, don't we realize that we're being driven by our emotions, by our passions? Do you understand?
As I was saying, our will helps us to control our passions. Resist temptation.
Well, that's true. But when you control your emotions, there's always a reason, right? You can explain why you're doing it, build a string of logic.
If the soul didn't exist, all that remains would be your logical shit. How the fuck can one live without a soul? Humans haven't learned that yet.
Ask him if he knows what a soul even is. Everyone says soul this, soul that, but can anyone clearly explain what it is?
Yes, but even a soul has its own inclinations. But let's say your soul gravitates towards God, and mine doesn't. Is that my choice then? Or, in theory, let's imagine that the choice isn't based on anything. What kind of choice is it then? Pure chance?
Wait, so you're saying choice is an empty word?
Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't even understand the point of this whole choice thing, this freedom that God has graced us with. Why would God need our so-called freedom if in the end he's only satisfied with strictly defined choices? He could have just made me in a way he would have liked me.
And we have a small puzzle here. We're going to head to the lift on the right, and then we're going to interact with the button on the right to take the lift down.
Never seen those before.
And then you're going to drop down here, and then head back up the stairs. And then we can use the top of the lift to get across the gap.
Here's what I think.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I'm not telling you anything from now on.
Oh, come on. I'm joking. Tell me. You were wondering about freedom. Why did God make you free? Here's what I think. If I were the Tsar, I wouldn't want my wife to be a slave. I would find myself a free girl that can love me genuinely. Do you understand?
Yes, it's a good example. But now imagine if your Tsar has found himself a girl he loves. Can you?
So?
So he confesses his feelings to her and invites her to his palace.
So?
And now imagine that the Tsar also says, if you come, I'll drape you in gold. And if you don't, I'll hang you on a hook and burn you slowly. This also requires her to return his feelings.
I see where you're going with this. But it's not God who burns people in hell. That would be those damn demons, enemies of mankind.
Very well. In this case, the Tsar says, if you come, I'll cover you in gold. And if you don't, Parfin the Butcher will catch you, hang you on a hook, and burn you slowly. I love you endlessly, but can't do anything about it. Think about it. If even the Tsar can't actually do anything about this butcher because of some unclear circumstances, why can't he just stay silent?
So you're saying nobody can love God genuinely?
No. Well, no, it's not like that.
We have to check one place before the line.
Where?
You'll see. I've hidden something there.
All right.
This section then, we're going to wait for Matey to stand on this curved platform, and then we're going to press X to interact with the lever to rotate them. And then we're going to take that new path over to the left, and then head down here.
Where are we going exactly?
We have to go over there.
Forward, and we're going to interact with this vehicle. So we can move the left stick and pick up and drop tuna cans with the A button. And we're going to head straight and press A to pick up this tuna can. And then we need to release it to the left of the stack of 2 tuna cans and make sure it's buttered up with the cans behind it. You can see the outline is red if you can't lay it down. It needs to be white for us to set it down. So once done, take the vehicle past the stack of 3 tuna cans, and you'll notice a white spot on the floor here. We're going to leave the vehicle on top of this white spot, and we're going to drive into the tuna cans so there are no gaps, as you see me do here. And then once done, you can exit that vehicle, and we're going to scale up the tuna cans.
Do we really need it?
You'll see.
Are we even allowed here?
There's nobody here. Everyone's asleep. The one on the right is ours.
And once you completed the level, you'll get the John Damascus achievement for 50 Gs. And next we'll have this minigame after a cutscene, and we do need to play this one a little bit. We need to drown in this minigame a total of 10 times. So essentially you want to just jump as you see the frog disappear, or just before, so you can jump into the water. And you're going to repeat that 10 times for the Desire for a Kiss achievement for 50 Gs. And once you've got that achievement then, you're good to skip the minigame.
For the first time since meeting Ilya, Indika felt a stab of doubt. What if she'd made a mistake? What if she had done something wrong? What if the Kudets wouldn't work? Why was every step on her road to God drawing her closer to the devil?
I did everything correctly. Otherwise he would have died from sepsis.
And if he didn't? There, he's healed, a miracle. Wouldn't feel good, would it? That means he was indeed talking to God and earned his absolution.
God, please. Talk to me this one time. How did I go against you? Is it in my power to intervene in your design? Is this a part of your plan? Is this how it's supposed to be? He will be all right. The arm will heal. Ilya will live. He'll live. So now I have to feel guilt for this as well? You can see I'm trying. But he's always behind my shoulder.
Me again. You were driven by fear. The fear of ending up with a corpse. And back then, with the gypsy, what was it? Were you restless because of his tanned arms?
Alrighty, we have a slightly longer puzzle now, nothing too crazy though, so we're going to interact with this lever and we're going to move the platform up twice. And now we're going to use that platform to scale up. And then we're going to turn right outside here to wrap around. And then back in and up here. And then out of this window to the left. Up this ledge. And then up the ledge behind you. Back inside. And then to the right and to the ledge above. And then make your way over to the second lever. Press up on the lever a total of 8 times to bring it to this position. And then we're going to use it to scale up once more. And then to the left here, press X and drag the cage off to the right hand side. We're going to go back over to the lever and take the platform up twice. And then we can use that drop cage to scale back up. And the raised platform to get higher. And then over to the right to our final lever. So we're going to take the platform up 4 more times and no more. And then we can use it to scale up and pick up 1 of 2 Bast shoes for an achievement. And then once you've got that, just follow the path I take to locate the other Bast shoe for the full set achievement for 100 Gs.
The Temple of John of Damascus. The one from the poster was towering over Indika. She was consumed by anxiety more and more. What if she was late? What if... they realized who she was and wouldn't let her in? What if she was not worthy of a miracle? Maybe one needed to buy a ticket to see the miracle, and all the tickets had sold out. What if her certainty in God's plan was just another delusion, a temptation she so faint-heartedly succumbed to?
So I hope you followed that okay. When you operate this crane, we can move this platform up and down with the left stick. And we're going to take it over to the left here and fully lower the platform until you can't anymore. And then we're going to leave it as I do here. And we can now use that platform to get across the gap.
Give it back. You don't like it? The prioress cut it as punishment. It wasn't a big deal. I burned Father Sergei's Felonian.
So now we have this Inception type stuff going on. As you start, we're going to head to the left and pull this cage and position it between this gap. You're going to turn around and head through the hole below so we can now land on that cage. And then continue to drop down to the left. And then here, unfortunately, we have an unskippable cutscene.
Look, that's our cathedral from the poster. Bats's.
What?
The tavern you were talking about. There it is, below.
Yeah. By the way, see the pawn shop opposite the tavern? Its owner is Naum Bats, Ephraim's brother. They've always hated each other, and yet depended on each other. Naum was buying stolen stuff from the vagrants, who would then go to Ephraim to spend the money on shitty wine and whores. And FM spoons would often end up in Nam's shop. We used to call them the batshit brothers.
Why don't they like each other?
Because each of them thinks that the other brother is richer.
Soon you'll be able to play a concert there again. I want to see it, yes?
And then when you come to this section, you're going to stop following Matey and take the path to the left. And then we're going to take the lift down. And then head left. And then up on these concrete blocks. And to the ledge above. And to the left, you can locate the Indecent book on top of this crate, and that will net you the Anecdote achievement for 100 Gs. And now we're good to head back to Matey, so we're going to head back the way we came. Back on the lift. And to the left and up the ramp. Here he is. Now up here, you'll want to stand on this platform and press the Y button to order Matey to take us down.
Get me down. Down!
And then we're going to go over to these crane controls. And we're going to immediately lower the left stick to pick up this piece. And left stick up. And then we're going to move that left stick over to the right. And then you're going to press the A button to rotate that piece. And then lower the stick down to drop that piece here. So we're going to go back over to the left then. And you're going to lower the stick to pick up this piece. And then bring it back over to lower it on top of the previous piece that we put down. And now you should have a bridge to cross. So off of the crane then, and back onto the platform, and press the Y button to get Matey to take you back up the top. And then you're just going to continue to follow along.
Ever heard of Makar, the sideman? There was a lot about him in the papers, but only after he was hanged. 7 kids lost their heads because of his scythe.
What?
Well, he chopped them off.
Are you comparing him to me?
Well, no. No, I think Makar is something of a saint. Listen, let me tell you. Makar had 3 kids, all of them boys. One day, he dropped something on his youngest, a wagon or a wardrobe or something. It was so bad that the poor boy stopped feeling his legs. Couldn't sleep at night. Lay there all day crying from pain. The village doctor couldn't do anything, so Makar couldn't take it anymore. He went to the priest and said, "Bless me, Father, to end the child's suffering." Well, the priest didn't bless him, of course. He sent him home to pray and think about the salvation of his soul. Makar prayed for a week, but the son wouldn't stop screaming. So Makar snapped, took the cover off his side, said a prayer, and ended the suffering with a single swing. He went back to the priest and said, "It's done, Father. I don't have a soul anymore. And I lost my right to think about salvation back when I dropped that wardrobe on my son." Or was it a wagon? I don't remember. So my soul is done. Better tell me where he is now, in hell or in heaven. The priest said, "In heaven, of course. He didn't get to sin. Yeah, in a way, you gave him a gift. Sent him straight to the kingdom of heaven without any earthly suffering." Well, this thought got stuck in Makar's head. So he went home, put his other sons in front of a kiosk, said a prayer with them, and chopped their heads off. But after that, he went completely insane and started hunting down his neighbours' kids. Managed to kill 4 of them before he got caught.
Why is he a saint?
Think of it this way. Some martyr gets burned at the stake because of Christ. Does it mean he buys himself eternal life for 10 minutes of suffering? Can we call this a real sacrifice? Makar is a different story. To save someone else's soul, he sacrificed his own.
Why are you telling me all this?
Father Proc, the one you killed, he couldn't have asked for a better gift. He's now an innocent victim, a martyr. Maybe he'll even be canonized.
And what about Makar?
What about him? He got hanged.
Can I go now?
Well, my...
Where is the Kudets?
Never heard of it.
Someone just exchanged it for a trumpet. A man with one arm?
Oh, you are extremely lucky. This is exactly what you're looking for. An amazing artifact of unspeakable wondrous power. Just 25 rubles.
What do you mean, 25? You got it for 5.
20 for everything. Hey, whoa,
One second, I just need to have a look.
You can look, but don't touch.
What did you sell me, you scumbag?
Oh, damn. Hold on.
It doesn't even fucking work.
Puking it or something.
So that was a lot of following, but once you're here, you're just going to press the X button to interact and pray to this artifact a total of 3 times. And then you're going to press the X button a few times to shake the artifact. And you'll see in the top left, we only need 25. And then you're going to press the B button to leave it. And then on this screen, we do need to purchase some levels. So press the X button to purchase those. And then you'll see the close text button at the bottom of your screen. So select that, or you can press the B button. And then same again, we're going to mash the X button to shake, press the B button to leave, purchase some levels, and press the B button. And then we're going to press the B button again to leave. And that is it, guys. So we do need to leave the credits rolling for the Kudets achievement for 150 Gs. So make sure just to put your controller down and let those roll. And that is it, guys. That's the full 1000 Gs. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys could subscribe and help me reach that 4K goal, that would be awesome. And I'll keep dropping videos like this. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.